Good evening, Lions fans, and welcome to tonight's exciting matchup. Your Salette Lions taking on the Tri-County Titans. I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside Michael McCall. Michael, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. Joe, how are you doing yourself?
I'm not doing bad at all. We've got ourselves a very, very exciting game. Salette, this is their first game. This is our first game in a regional tournament. The Lions, obviously being a boarding school, have been unable thus far in years past to get into the state playoffs after the regular season ends. However, this year, with the help of Coach John Spezia, legendary, I might add, Coach John Spezia, the Lions have been able to sneak in to the IHSA playoffs. And so we are ready to go. Everybody here, all the guys here are fired up. And we've got some family here for some of the players as well. I know that Steven Deister and Joe Martin both have family here. And there you see it out there, the guys huddling up, they're talking. You know this is a big game for them. You know this is a big game for the school. Last night, can you tell us a little bit about last night, how the festivities ran?
So last night we had sort of a pep rally. It's not our usual pep rally like rugby. It was more of an exciting event. We had plenty of videos. We first started with showing the background of the March Madness, and then we went into a little bit of Salette's season, and then we got a few video calls from past alumni that were basketball players giving us encouragement, and it was just a really great night. We heard some good words from the players, giving the Crazies some encouragement, thanking everybody who has helped the Salette Lions get to this point this season, and it was just overall a fantastic night.
That's right. That's right, and thank you so much to all the alumni who were able to send in videos on such short notice and get those in for the guys. I know that they really appreciated it, and it really kind of got them in the right headspace. And so you're probably a very big reason why they are so prepared tonight. Obviously, there are many other factors as well, but this team is ready to go here. And right now we've got the tip-off, number 32, Charles Prather, and number 23, Jack Armstrong. Tip-off goes in favor of the Titans. Not surprising, Jack Armstrong, a 6'6" senior. Titans moving the ball around. This is a team, for those of you who don't know, so we've got, 1 through 16, those are the rankings, first seed, second seed, like normal, for the regional. This is the 9th seed. The Titans are the 9th seed. Salette is the 10th seed, so 10th out of 16th and 9th out of 16, these two teams. And so, you know, they've got a slight edge over the Lions, ranked just slightly higher by 1 seed. But, you know, and the big reason for that is because the Titans defeated the Lions earlier in the season. We saw the Lions take a loss to the Titans earlier in the season when Steven Deister was unable to play. So Coach Spezia's rule is that if you got a technical foul in a game, then the following game you sit, and you're not allowed to play in the following game. And so he fouled the game before against Clifton Central, committed a technical foul, and so he was unable to play in that game against the Titans, and so he wasn't playing in that game, which is obviously a big thing to not have Steven Deister playing in a game for the Lions. And so let's hope that we can see them fare a little bit better tonight with him in the game.
Yeah, Steven Deister has just been a great powerhouse throughout this entire season. An amazing point guard. He has an amazing vision of the entire court. He can see where everyone needs to be. He can see those holes. And even though he has a very, very big height disadvantage, he's still able to get into the paint, put up points, and he has an amazing three-point shot. And hopefully we'll be able to see that this game.
Right, absolutely. So right now, score is still 0-0, 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the game. Titans working the ball around. I remember some of the players were telling me over Parents Weekend, right? It was another big game, Bravium Cup game, and all their families were there, and it's just really packed environment. And they said that they were really antsy in the first, 2-3 minutes of the game, and it took them a while. They said that there were times when they would shoot the ball, and it just wasn't right because they were so antsy, they were so nervous. And so I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing that right here in this game, where the guys, they're just a little bit shaken up right now. They're like, wow, this is a big game. What a big moment. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing them play a little bit like that right now, but don't worry, I'm sure that will wear off.
You can definitely feel the energy in the room. I think both teams are very antsy. However, I think the Lions do have the advantage because of their 6-man on the court, the Crazies. The Crazies have always been a powerhouse throughout every season of La Salette, and I think they're really going to show their strength this game.
So true here. Joseph Deratola slaps the ball to inbound. Inbounds to number 10, Steven Deister. Steve setting it up, gets it over to Joseph Deratola. Deratola over to Joe Martin, and then over to Omar Ortiz in the corner. Omar drives inside, tries to get it into Charles Prather. Pass intercepted by number 5, Peyton Bell. Titans bringing it back down the court now. In the corner, number 21, Ashton Thompson there. We saw them pressure him, and they're able to come away with the ball here. Steven Deister shoots the jumper, no good. Rebounded by number 11, Gage Cox. Down the other way here to number 21, Ashton Thompson. Thompson tries to get it over to number 23, Armstrong. Steve working, and he gets his shot swatted there on the backboard. Armstrong, a very, very tall presence here on the court. Tallest member of his team and tallest guy on the court for sure, 6'6". Got a foul called here on Joseph Martin.
And in the first few minutes of this first quarter, you can see the Lions, you can see Tri-County, they've definitely taken a lot more shots. They've already taken 3 attempts at three-pointers. They've missed all 3 of them, but they're taking more shot attempts, and that might mean that they're a little more comfortable, so hopefully the Lions can get more comfortable on this court.
Greg Reese down inside. Lions tell him no. Titans able to come away with the rebound. Thompson, cross-court pass to number 11. Greg Cox. We've got a charge called here on the Titans. Excellent job from the Lions here. It'll be Lions ball out of bounds. Steven Deister with it. Titans up 2-0 right now over the Lions. 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in the game. Sorry, in the first quarter. Joe Martin gets it over to Steven Deister. Steve over to Joe Deratola in the corner. And he is going to be called for the travel by the referee.
And that's the 3rd turnover that was just on the Lions' mistakes. They've had 2 bad passes and a travel right there. And the Lions, I think that's just going to be given to nerves.
Omar Ortiz able to keep it in bounds. Nice job there by Omar Ortiz. Swats the ball away and manages to keep it alive. He breaks the trap there, gets it over to Charles Prather. Joe Martin ends up with it in the corner, no good. Number 11, Gage there with the rebound. Gage gets it up to number 14, Jacob Smith. Steven Deister steals it away. We've said the whole season so far that the Lions' #1 strength has to be their defense. I've heard the players and Coach Spezia talk about it at length. Nice job there from Omar Ortiz. Nice job, way to wait for it, and number 11, Gage Cox, does exactly what he knows. Yeah, he kind of has to do. Jumps up there, goes over top of Omar. So Omar gets the M1 plus the points here.
And there's the icebreaker we've been waiting for the entire game. The first points on the board for the Lions, and that's just going to give the team confidence, and we're just going to start, I believe we're just going to start getting this game rolling.
Absolutely. It always seems to be those first couple minutes when the Lions are a little bit hesitant. And then once that happens, once those first points are scored, it's time for them to kind of get rolling.
And one thing that I think is great about this year's team, as you can see, there are 4 seniors, 1 sophomore on the court, but they just have great unity. They can play so well together. They've been here for such a long time. They're all in the class. They've bonded together in basketball, on the basketball court and off the basketball court, and I think that has a very big effective presence on the court.
I would totally agree with you. Another thing to keep in mind here is that it was the Titans who called that timeout. They called it, obviously the Lions were doing really well, able to steal that ball away, able to keep it alive, whatever. Omar Ortiz really just on fire right now. Throughout the course of the season, Omar has really kind of struggled, honestly, at free throw attempts. And so we'll see how he does here. First free throw is good, and that'll be his only free throw that he'll get to shoot. So Lions take their first lead of the game, 3-2 now. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining here in the game. I was talking with some of the players just a few hours ago, namely Joe Martin, Steve Deister, Joseph Deratola, and I was talking to them, and they were saying how it's really annoying to play against the Titans defense. They run a 1-3-1 and a man at times, so they'll switch between a 1-3-1 and a man, and they say it's really annoying to play against that 1-3-1, and that the Titans are really just sort of annoying on defense. Not necessarily because they play incredible defense, but just because it gets very monotonous with them, they say. And so they said that, like, you know what we're going to do is we're just going to steal the ball. Like, that's just kind of what their game plan is. And we have seen that with so many teams just go great for the Lions. The way that they're able to really just disrupt the Titans' offense. And so they're really able to counter that. They said that the reason they like to do that a lot is just because it creates fast breaks and creates points that you don't have to kind of work against their defense on. And so I think that's a great strategy going into it. Kickball called here on number 23, Jack Armstrong.
And to mention on what you just said about stealing, we have two amazing players with just great hands, Omar Ortiz and Steven Deister. They're able to just get their hands around the player, pluck the ball out without getting the reach-in foul, and we've been able to see that throughout this entire season.
Armstrong gets his hand on the ball. Steve luckily able to retain it. Joe Martin hits from 3. Lions go up by 1 point here, 6-5, 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Gage Cox here, fronted by Omar Ortiz, an excellent defender for the Lions. Back over to Gage again. Tries to get it inside to number 25, Braxton Buckler, and the Lions tell him no. Here in the corner, Joe Martin pump fakes, drives baseline, gets it over to Steven Deister, also pump fakes, out to Joseph Deratola, three-point shot, up and away. Joseph Deratola with the triple.
And we are now in that rhythm that we were just talking about. We're just knocking down threes, stealing the ball. We already have 6 steals, 7 steals now throughout this game.
That's right. Omar Ortiz tries to get it to go. No good off the glass there, and the Titans with it now on offense. 14, Smith drives inside, and Joseph Deratola gets his second charge of the game.
And that's one thing the Lions really pride themselves on. We are a team that always hustles outside on the court, and we are always the team that's diving on the floor, grabbing those loose balls. We're taking charges. We're sacrificing their players are sacrificing their body to hit the ground for the better of the team.
That's right. Joseph Deratola, I always joke with him that he loves the floor more than he loves standing up. He just he dives on it like no other player does, even at times almost when it's like it's unnecessary. He loves to really hit the floor, but that's really good to see. Lions working the ball around here. Steven Deister over to Eamon Martin in the corner. Eamon Martin into the game here for number 5, Omar Ortiz. And that is one of those things that with Omar's comeback from his ACL injury about midway through the season, we were able to see just some more rotation from the bench from the Lions, which really helped because it gave players like Eamon Martin and some of the other players, right, a rest, and so they're able to come in fresh off the bench, but we're able to have somebody in there who's really competent with the ball. Joseph Deratola drains another 3. Titans missed theirs. Steven Deister here. He's trying to set up the offense. Gets it to a flashing Charles Prather. La Salette trying to bring it around. Joseph Deratola steps out of bounds. It's great to see the showing here from all of these La Salette alumni and fans and parents and even previous headmasters. We have in attendance, we've got the Deister family. We've got the Martins. Shout out to the Deister and Martin clans. We've got Father McMahon here at the game. I was kind of surprised. So I'm sitting down. I'm talking to Coach Spazer before the game. I'm like, what's some stuff that, going into the game we can kind of look out for? Just the basic stuff I always do with him before most games. And then somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, Father McMahon's here. And I'm like, wait, who's here? And they're like, Father McMahon's here. And I'm like, oh, Father McMahon's here. And so I go and I get to talk to him, which was awesome. And so he's agreed to come and sit down. Hopefully he does come and sit down and do an interview, quick interview at halftime. That would be great, just to kind of get his thoughts on where this program, I mean, he's the one who started this thing up, this basketball program here at La Salette. And so to see here almost 20 years later what we're looking like, how it feels to be in the IHSA playoffs, to have all this momentum, and just all this, all these great new things that we've got going on, just to kind of get his take on it.
And that's one thing we went over yesterday. We went over a little background of the history of the La Salette Lions, and it was really great because Father McMahon and his father, they started this basketball team up from nothing. And we heard some comments from other alumni, and they were explaining how they were so impressed and so happy that we were able to make it to these regionals, because they were playing so that they could set a base for us to be able to play right now, right here. So thank you for all of those who were involved.
Yeah. Absolutely. Before the game, I got to see Father McMahon and Coach Spezia talking. Obviously, long friends. Coach Spezia coached at La Salette back in, I believe, 2007 to 2009, I think, was when he coached here before this. And so now, obviously, back here, they're old friends by this point. And so that was really good and refreshing to see. So coming out here, going into the second quarter, the Lions playing an absolutely dominating first quarter of play. Lions up 12-5 here as we enter into the second quarter of play.
And as we mentioned in the beginning, the Lions, they take a little bit of time to start knocking down their shots, getting more steals, and that's exactly what we've seen. And that's very nice, because we're seeing the Lions just set into their normal pattern and just get comfortable in playing in this big game. And so hopefully we can keep that up throughout this rest of the game.
Right. First quarter appearances coming out strong is nothing new for Lions fans. Nothing new, nothing they haven't seen before. The Lions average 13.6 points in the first quarter. That's their highest of any of the four quarters. Tri-County averages 10.7. Here in the second quarter, the Lions average 11.8 to Tri-County's 10.5. So hopefully we can see that and more come from the Lions here in this quarter. Joseph Deratola gets the putback. He's doing great tonight. He's got 8 points. Leading scorer for the Lions as of right now, Joe Martin with 3, Omar Ortiz with 3. And I believe Steven Deister has 2. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And Steven Deister, you can see he's been leading this team so well tonight. He stayed calm. He stayed control of the ball. He's swinging it around, and when they've made mistakes on defense, he's running back on the opposite side, getting their defense set.
Steven Deister here at the top of the key. Let's see what he does. Gets it into number 15, Eamon Martin, over to Joe Martin, and now the Lions kind of getting into that rhythm once again. We see the Titans running that 1-3-1 that Coach Spezia talked about. Steven Deister hits from the top of the key. Lions go up 17-5, 12-point lead here from him.
And throughout this game, we've seen Tri-County, they've been taking a lot of threes. They've only hit one on the, has his shot down, and he makes his shot under pressure or without pressure.
Lions moving the ball around again here. The score is 17-5 right now. 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the game. And Joseph Deratola drains another one. I've been kind of teasing him because over the last 3 or 4 games or so, he hasn't been hitting those threes the same way that he has been today. And so I was kind of feeling like, you really need to make your threes. And he's just sort of, every time it's just sort of like, yeah, I know. So he's making up for it tonight.
And what a game to turn those three-pointers on. I mean, I don't think there's any other better game to really start hitting your threes than this game today.
Right. We've got a push inside here by number 10, Steven Deister.
And it did look like Steve got shoved out by the arc earlier, and there was nothing called, so he might have just been agitated there.
Titans inside here. Thompson thinks about it, decides not to. Drives inside, and he's going to have the foul called here. The referee's going to call the foul on Eamon Martin. He's going to be called for the blocking foul. So right now, both teams here with 4 fouls, respectively. Number 21, Thompson, going to the line here to shoot.
And one thing I would like to state about the La Salette Lions Crazies, their fan base is, Father Sick noted yesterday during the pet rally that we cheer the right way. We stay quiet for free throws. We respect the other players. It can get competitive sometimes. However,
yeah.
I mean, that's just the game. It gets competitive, but as you can hear, the Lions are completely quiet. And I always love it because the Lions are cheering. It's so loud, and a free throw comes, and it's just perfectly quiet in the gym.
Right. Lions up here 14 points after number 21 Thompson goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Steven Deister, just slices Thompson's ankles.
And you can just tell right now how agitated the Tri-County Titans are because, Father Sick yesterday said they beat us once. They're coming into this game expecting, they're going to beat us. They had earlier in the season, and they just didn't know what was going to hit them. And we can tell that.
Yeah, right. Steven Deister ditches to Joseph Deratola, and he's money again. Lions go up 23-6 now. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter of play. Titans moving the ball around. They just seem flabbergasted. They don't know what just hit them. Inside number 50, Greg Reese drives inside and scores 2. Charles Prather there tried to get the charge, wasn't able to get it. Luckily, he didn't get called for a blocking foul. Lions back on offense again. Steve fakes a pass, gets it over to Derwin Wilson. Derwin over to Eamon Martin. Over to Joseph Deratola. Deratola pump fakes inside, gets it out to Steven Deister. He likewise pump fakes and then pulls back. He's going to try to get this offense running. Joseph Deratola pump fakes, swings it over to Derwin Wilson, over to Eamon Martin in the corner.
The Lions really slowing things down right now, and it was mentioned in the video, the La Salette, one of the videos we watched yesterday. The Lions, they get big leads, and sometimes they lack the confidence, or just they start to get discouraged or not understand that they have the lead. But throughout the season, we've had big leads and not lost them. So I think that is a difference this season than other seasons in the past, and I think that will become handy in this game.
Absolutely. Steven Deister able to score another one down low, and after the Titans come up scoreless on that possession, the Lions are back at it again here on offense. Eamon Martin shoots from 3. So close, still no good. Thompson with the rebound. Inside here, number 11, Gage Cox gets it out to number 23. From the corner there, number 5, Peyton Bell misses his 3. And again, we see number 11, Gage Cox, shoot no good. Got a foul called here on the Titans. That'll be called on number 50, Greg Reese. And we're going to have a timeout called here by Coach Spezia. That's the second foul on number 50, Greg Reese. And as of right now, the Titans have 5 fouls. The Lions have 4. Just under 2 minutes left to play here in the first half of action. Lions up 25-8. A brilliant and stunning first half for the Lions.
And I just want to right now give a quick shout out to a player. He's not currently in the game, but Joseph Martin. He's just been an outstanding presence on the court. I remember his sophomore year, the coaches were talking. They were uncertain how he was going to be able to play on the varsity stage, and he just what's the word I'm looking for?
Outperformed?
Flabbergasted all the coaches
yeah.
about how he was able to play. And last couple games ago, Chrisman, he was able to put 27 points up on the board, just an outstanding number. And he also is very strong on defense. And one of the things he noted yesterday was, during the prep rally, was that defense is a stronghold because an individual plays, individual scores on offense, and you say, oh, Steven Deister hit a 3. But when you get a defensive stop, you say the Salette Lions, the defense, they stop the ball. It's a unity of the team.
So true. Here we go. Inbound here for the Lions after that foul is called on number 50, Greg Reese. Right after that foul, the Lions took a timeout to talk some stuff over. And so with 1 minute and 50 seconds, these Lions, these hungry Lions, looking to add to their lead. Lions already up 17 points already so far. And you can imagine that these guys are not stopping anytime soon. They're just rolling right now. They don't even look tired. Steven Deister cuts to the basket, no good. Put back, Charles Prather. He gets his first points of the night. Thompson, guarded here by Steven Deister, and Derwin Wilson manages to get it over to number 33, Jones. Inside, number 10, Tyler, no good. And the Lions bringing it back down here on offense. Eamon Martin off the pass from Joseph De Rotola. Lions still trying to move the ball around here. Clock winding down now, 43 seconds remaining to play here in the first half of play. Steven Deister, nice cut to the basket, nice move down low. Isn't able to get that. Titans back at it here on offense. Number 10, Tyler, passes over to number 11, Cox. Shot no good, rebound Derwin Wilson. And the Lions back with it again here. The rebounding, the defensive aggression, the steals that we've seen from this team so far, all of these things have added up to just be, to look the way they do right now. 27-8 here. 3 seconds left. Last second, desperation heave from the Titans, number 23, Jack Armstrong. And that'll wrap up the end of the first half of play here. So at the end of the first half, the Lions up 27-8, a 19-point lead. Absolutely incredible here from the Lions. And so we're going to go into this halftime here. The Lions certainly satisfied, I would say, with their performance so far. Lions up here, obviously 27-8. Big lead here for the Lions. What do you think this means for a player right now?
I think it must feel absolutely amazing to be out there on the court. I mean, personally, right here, I'm standing up in the stands. Coming into this game, I had butterflies in my stomach. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I mean, the Lions have just outstandingly performed today. I mean, one thing that I would like to warn is that we cannot get too comfortable with our lead. We have to play like that we are up, but we have to play strong like we did in the first quarter. Also, the Tri-County, they've been taking a lot of shots throughout this entire game, and they've been missing a lot of them. And however, that does mean they had open looks.
Right,
we were always
right.
in their faces and with pressure, but we need to be able to close out them more. And we still have to worry in the back of our heads that they might start making those shots in this second half of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll bring you some statistics and get you started here on the second half of play. We'll see what happens here. We may or may not get a quick interview with Father McMahon. I guess we'll see. We'll kind of see where he's at. But until then, stay tuned. We will be back in just a few minutes here to maybe interview him, definitely give you some statistics, and certainly get you started on the second half of action. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to the second half of action here at Tri-County High School. I'm Joseph Mackin, and I have the honor and privilege of being alongside former headmaster Father Michael McMahon. Father, how are you this afternoon?
Great, because we're up 27-8.
That's right. 19-point lead here for the Lions going into the second half of action. If you don't mind, I have a question. I know you asked me not to ask you a hard question, but here we go. So you obviously were very instrumental in getting this basketball program, this Lions basketball program, underway. Here, almost 20 years later, the Lions have now finally, for the first year in their history, made it to being a full-fledged IHSA member, and now they're ready to compete in the postseason. What are some of your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we always wanted to be in the tournament. We have problems being a boarding school. I think it's just fantastic. It's fantastic. Here we are. We're gonna. I don't want to jinx us. Looks pretty good for winning the historic first regional. That's why I had to come down.
Right.
I had to be here for the game.
That's right. I was just talking with Coach Spezia, and then somebody told me Father McMahon was here. And the Cottises last night had told me that you would be watching the game, but they didn't tell me that you would be in attendance at the game.
They asked me if I'd be watching. I said I would definitely be watching that game.
And they said, well, we can't tell any of the basketball players. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not a basketball player, so can you tell me? And because they said that you didn't want them to be nervous going into it. So here they are. They're up 19 points now, and I think that if they play the way they have been, they could win this game by 30 if they keep all the same players in and they don't kind of put in the subs.
I think once you get to a tournament, though, you want to win this game, be assured you win this game, and then you get your guys out. Let everybody get a little playing time in the tournament, and you get ready for the next one, which apparently is going to be a tough one.
That's right.
Because I guess Tuscola is really good.
That's what we've heard, but I know that all the players on the team, they're confident, and despite the rumors of how good this team are, they're willing to go just as hard.
We're ready to go. I think they're good. They're good. They're well coached. They handle the ball. They look like they play with confidence.
That's
obviously,
right.
We're missing maybe a big man presence, but Prather looks good for a sophomore.
Right, and for
if he works hard, he's going to be good the next couple of years.
Right. Obviously, last year he didn't get any experience, not even JV, because of all the COVID stuff. Right, with all the kids. So he's really just grown from just about zero varsity experience to starting now over the course of the season.
Second half.
That's right. Here we are.
All right.
Thank you so much.
It was
a
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. God bless.
Thank you. You too. All right, Michael, welcome back here. We're going into it here. 13 seconds here have gone by so far in the third quarter. We apologize to our viewers. So we checked the camera right before we left school, and it was all in function. It was functioning. So I guess somewhere along the car ride, which is a very flat and uneventful 25-minute car ride, that thing shifted somehow, and so the lens on the camera started to it rattled around, and now it's to the point now where it can see stuff, but if we move the camera even the slightest bit, it will it's just all go blurry. And so now what we're seeing is so we had that, it wasn't working, and then luckily Tim Stafke showed up, and he has his professional photography camera, which he was ready and equipped with. And so I don't know, I've heard it's not good how it's coming through on the other end, so I apologize for that. And so we will try to do this broadcast in a bit more of a radio broadcast style, where we fill you in on the score and the time of the game a lot more, just so that you're always aware of what's going on. So right now, 6 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the game. The Lions are up 29-8 as Joe Martin scored the first 2 points here for the Lions in the second half. The Titans with it here on offense. Number 21, Thompson, fighting for it against Derwin Wilson. Derwin, good job. He's able to poke it loose, not able to retain possession. It'll be Titans ball. Titans inbound here. Thompson gets it down low to Armstrong. Armstrong goes up, no good, and Prather's going to be called for the foul. Now, I kind of have a feeling here that they're going to really put number 23, Jack Armstrong, to use in this second half. They are down right now 21 points, and he is, to be honest with you, really the only thing that team has that can kind of one-up our team. And so, that's just because he's so tall. He's 6'6". And so I think what they're going to do is they're just going to try to feed him the ball down low. And they're going to take advantage of Prather. Not that Prather's a bad player, but he's certainly not as experienced and not as tall as is Armstrong. So I believe they're going to try to go in there and do what we just saw them do, send Armstrong to the free throw line where he was able to pick up an extra point. So the score now is 29-9, Lions with a 20-point lead.
Yes, and on what you just said, the Tri-County, the Titans, in the very first quarter, I was a little shocked because I saw Armstrong and immediately I thought big man in the post, scoring a lot of baskets, getting a lot of rebounds.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't see that. We saw a lot of three-point attempts. We saw 3 3-point attempts in the first 3 possessions of the Titans, and they were all no good.
Yeah, so true. I am a little bit confused as to what exactly their game plan going into it was. Coach Spezia called a quick timeout there, I think to kind of stop the bleeding. Not that we were bleeding at all. They scored 1 point, but just because he saw the problem that Jackson getting fed low, that Armstrong getting fed low down on the block and turning around and drawing that foul was a problem that could also continue throughout the rest of the game. And so he called a timeout, and he talked with it. I saw him. He did one of the head things where he knocks his forehead with his hand like, oh, stupid. So I'm hoping that the Lions just made a one-time mistake there on that play and that we're not going to see that become a problem for the Lions further on down the road in this game. A foul is going to be called here on number 11, Joseph Martin. That's his second foul of the game so far. Titans, number 11, Gage Cox here, bringing the ball down the court for the Titans. Trapped there by Derwin and Steve. Nice job. Good defensive pressure the whole game long here from the Lions. Gage down low, drives in, and he's able to score. Lions are going to have to assess the situation right now. The Titans have been able to score already 3 points so far this half.
In the third quarter in La Salette's past history has been their toughest quarter, so we have 5 minutes and 38 seconds. We can get this clock running, be able to make some good defensive stops, be able to put some baskets up, and just keep it up.
3-point shot there from the Lions is good. They go up 32-11 now. Just some absolutely beautiful play here from the Lions, and they apply enough defensive pressure to make the Titans make a mistake. And I can already see some of the players drooping their shoulders on the Titans team because they had a little something going there, and then the Lions knock down a 3, steal the ball from them essentially, and now here they are again on offense. Derwin Wilson decides not to pass it into a cutting Joseph Deratola, but rather pass it back out to Steven Deister. Lions moving here. Deister drives inside. No good. Rebound there by Armstrong. Derwin Wilson gets a hand on it, but he's unable to come away with it. And the Titans, number 33, Jacob Jones, is not able to hold on to a wide open pass.
And I'm sorry, I could see that coming from a mile away. You could just tell how aggravated Jones was because after he had made a mistake right over there on the court, he smacked his hands together and just looked very agitated. And as Father Carlisle always says, you are most likely to make a mistake right after you made another mistake because you're thinking about it.
That's true. Joseph Deratola turns and shoots. No good. Rebound by the Titans. Thompson comes away with it. Lions moving the ball down the court now. As you were saying, the third quarter, the Lions usually seem to struggle. That is certainly something that they've picked up over the course of the season. They average 12 points now in the third quarter. I know for sure that it wasn't that high earlier in the season. Tri-County, on the other hand, averages 11.1 points in the third quarter, which is one of their highest scoring quarters. So I believe that we're probably going to see this quarter, like we do most other quarters where the Lions are playing very well. They're going to come out not great, but they're going to pick it up by the end. Joseph Martin rolls in off of a beautiful screen there, and he's able to put it up and in on the inbounds play. So the Lions go up now 34-11. 23-point lead here for the Lions.
And I would just like to give some recognition to Charles Prather there on defense. Great play, able to get his both hands on the ball, cause a jump ball, and get possession right back to the Lions.
Number 23, Jack Armstrong, unable to hit his shot. The Lions moving it down the court here. Steven Deister with it now at the top of the key, gets it over to Derwin Wilson at the wing. I guess the arc isn't very helpful because the whole thing is the, I don't know why I said the arc. I think I'm used to saying at the top of the arc or something like that, so that's probably why I said that. Joseph Martin drives baseline, shoots his shot, no good. Rebound Armstrong. Derwin gets his hands on it again. but unable to come away with it. That's the second time, very close time span of one another that has happened.
And he might not be able to come up with the ball, but it just puts a mindset into the Titans that Derwin Wilson is there with his hands. Very good hands, too.
Yeah.
And he's going to pluck that ball away, so they have to be ready for that.
That's right. Derwin Wilson has just been a phenomenal presence here on the court. Omar T subbing in for Charles Prather right now. Just a quick update. But Derwin Wilson, like I said, he's just been so aggressive, and that has really just been one of the most important things that this team could bring going into it is aggressiveness. And so he's just been rebounding out of the gym. He's just been, just jumping on everything. So really great job. Although he doesn't bring a huge, side, on the offensive side of the court, he's not a huge presence as far as scoring is concerned. He certainly is when it comes to passing and screening and that stuff. But on the defensive side of the court, you just can't stress enough his value to this team. I would say he's probably in the top 3 best defenders on this team right now.
And Joseph Deratola tonight in this first half of the game, just an outstanding performance. 14 points. He's been able to knock down threes. He's been over in this right corner, just knocking down threes all throughout game. We haven't seen as much as him throughout the second quarter. Eamon Martin, he's subbed in for Joseph Deratola just to give him a quick breather right now. But Joseph Deratola is he's not very big, not very small, but he's just strong. He's able to get down into the paint, jump stop, put both feet on the ground, pump fake, and put the ball into the basket.
That's right. I can see, just looking around the gym here, I see a lot of younger high school-age players who look like they could really be basketball players. And I almost wonder if some of these players are from maybe some of the teams that we might be playing further on down the road, such as Tuscola or, some of those other teams. Just here to scout out the Lions. I would not be surprised in the least. Lions with the key on offense. They're up 34-11 with 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Omar Ortiz gets it over to Derwin Wilson, over to Steven Deister, who swings it over to Joseph Martin. Good ball movement here from the Lions. Back over to Omar again. Omar hesitates, gets it over to Steve. Steve able to retain his dribble there. He almost looks like he almost dribbled it off of his foot.
I think he did.
But he was able to keep it. Steve. You can see the Titans here playing some tight defense.
And the Lions are in no rush now. They are doing exactly what they need to. No dumb mistakes, no turnovers, just keeping the ball in their possession and holding on to the ball for as long as they can.
Timeout called here by Coach John Spezia. He's got some stuff to talk over. We saw the Lions, if I had to guess, the reason that they were actually holding the ball, I don't think they would hold the ball with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I think the reason they were actually holding the ball was because they couldn't get anything working. And so I think Coach saw that, and he saw that there was some mistake they were making, or he wanted to switch to maybe a different offense to run scene, to counteract the Titans' tight coverage on defense right now. So I think that's probably why we see a timeout called here. Again, coming out of the timeout here, the Lions are up 34-11. That's a 23-point lead here for the Lions. That hasn't changed in a couple minutes. So I'm excited to see the Lions score here coming into it.
And Tuscola might have figured out La Salette's game plan. Get it in, swing it out, hit a three, and we will hit our threes this game as we've shown. And Tuscola might have figured that out. So the Lions, as Tuscola has adjusted, we're going to need to adjust too for the rest of this game.
That's right. Foul called here on the Titans. I believe that'll be called on number 21, Thompson. It will. That's a reaching foul there. We saw him reach across Omar there, grab his arm a little bit, trying to get the basketball. And so it'll be Lions ball out of bounds. Joseph Deratola will inbound.
And Joseph Deratola, we've said so many times, this day is a great night. He was earlier in the year, he was in the newspaper, and he was in the newspaper for being an outstanding athletic player. And we can see that in this game, just his performance tonight and throughout the season.
How many points does he have so far tonight?
Joseph Deratola does have 14 points tonight.
Wow, so without Joseph Deratola, this is a 9-point game. Steven Deister pulls up after breaking the ankles of a Titans player. He pulls up inside and sinks it. Batting it loose. That's a duo right there. We saw number 11, Gage Cox, running in between Steven Deister and Omar Ortiz. This is not two guys that you want to be in between. inside. We have Armstrong outside again to number 5, Peyton Bell. He hit a 3 earlier in the game. He misses this one. Lions bringing it down the court here. It's funny because in my peripheral here off to my right, I kind of see the whole fan base, the Martins, the Dysters, and so I'll just see like arms like kind of fly up as they point to people that they want the ball passed to. It's just kind of funny to watch. Steven Dyster drives inside, puts it in off the glass, and the Titans steaming back here on defense. We're going to have a blocking foul call on Steven Dyster. He stepped right in front of number 11, Gage Cox.
And you could just tell the Lions are hungry right now. They really want this win. Steven Dyster on a tremendous appearance in the first quarter. He had 5 points, but in this second quarter, out of the 6 points scored, Steven Dyster has 4, and he's been able to pluck that ball away many times. He has over 5 steals in the first half. He's been having great assists, being able to control the offense with his vision that we talked about earlier in this broadcast.
So right now, right in front of us, we have the camera standing up, kind of obstructing our view if we were to sit down. And so Michael and I are standing up right now so that we can kind of see the whole court. And right about 5 rows down is Father McMahon and Father Sick are talking with one another. And he just turned around and kind of stared up here for a little bit. And I was kind of feeling like, oh, what is this? This is kind of like pressury. I'm glad you were talking, not me. And then he was like, wow. I kind of read his lips. He's like, wow, you guys look professional. I think it's because we're wearing a suit and tie, and that's Father Carlisle's new addition, new thing that he's brought in. It's his philosophy, and I agree with him, that if you're going to be representing the school and you're going to be doing an official job, so not crazy, not being a crazy, but if you're going to be keeping stats, if you're going to be at the book, if you're going to be broadcasting or filming the game, that you should be bringing, that you should be wearing a suit and tie to kind of, again, like kind of rise to that level of that mental level there. And so
it puts that in your mind. If you're wearing sloppy clothes, you're, as Father Sick tells us, if you're sloppy on the outside, you're going to be sloppy on the inside. So
right.
we be professional so we can bring your entertainment to you as best as we can.
So after a foul is called there on the Lions, that foul was called on Omar Ortiz. That was his first of the game. The Titans got it out of bounds. It was bad move by the Lions, and so they passed it in, and then they passed it. It was an over and back again, and so they got called for the over and back. So the Lions have it now again on offense. Joseph Deratola will inbound here. Quick fouling update. The Lions right now, they have 4 fouls so far in the second half of play. The Titans have 2. Now with number 21, Ashton Thompson with 2 fouls.
And Joseph Teratola just came into the game just a minute or 2 ago, and we saw that performance that he had with an outstanding steal.
So with just a couple seconds left in the game, they get into the Steven Dyster. He puts up a 3, unable to get that one to fall. And so the Lions head into the fourth quarter here. They're up 38-11. What a lead right now. Lions up 27 points. I knew that going into this game, the Titans weren't an incredible team, and I knew that they certainly were that the Lions were hungry as anything. They were. We knew that they were hungry going into it. But this, 27 points is all. They've only allowed the Titans to score 11 points. And here. Sorry, give me a second while I pull this out. Sorry, I took that from you. Let's see. Where was it? I had the score of the final of the last game that the Lions played against the Titans was 41-36. So the Lions let the Titans score 41 points in the last game here. They're not hitting 41. That's 30 points away. It's another 30 points to score in 8 minutes. And that's just not. So the Lions only scored 36 points. They've already outdone themselves. They've already outdone the entire game they played, 36 points, and there's no way they're letting these guys score another 30 points in this game.
And I don't think Father Sick could have said it any better way. The Titans had no idea what to expect, or what they should have expected to come into this game. You can just see how shocked they are. The players are very agitated. They were trash talking the fans at that timeout. They were making hand gestures, telling them to be quiet. And I mean, I'm not shocked, but I am just so happy how well the Lions performed today.
Right. Number 41, Carson Logan, is able to come in and drain a three for the Titans. Steven Deister responds by nice layup on the other end. It'll be Lions ball out of bounds right here after it goes out of bounds off of the Titans. And so here the Lions are up now 40-14, 26-point lead. And Steven Deister able to dribble out there and get the foul off of number 21, Ashton Thompson. That's one of those things that he's really just he's been very incredible with this throughout the entire course of the season, and that is getting just being able to kind of draw back and get those fouls from those players whenever he wants to. He really controls when those players foul him, and so that's obviously very useful. Not necessarily in this game just because we're up by so much.
What a play there by Omar Ortiz. He got the ball from Steven Deister, dribbled, took a shot on 1 foot, missed it. The Titans rebounded it, and Omar just comes in and powerhouse on the court and rips the ball out of their hands. However, it looks like there was a foul on the court. It was on Omar, and it might have been after the steal. It might have been. I didn't see it, but just outstanding aggression there from Omar Ortiz.
Once again, we apologize to our viewers that camera not working, not operational right now. I guess over the course of the drive, even though it's in like a styrofoam case, the lens shifted out of place, and so it's unable to focus on something, or it's able to focus on something, but the second you move it the slightest bit, it'll go all blurry. And so we had to go with a backup camera. Well, not really a backup camera, one that we actually use just for photography. And so that one has been what we've been using for this game. So if it's really blocky and stuff like that, we're sorry. We're sorry if it's like looking like watching a slideshow, because I know that that's what it can be sometimes. We're sorry about that. We'll definitely try to have that fixed by the next game, and there will be a next game because the Lions right now are winning by 26 points. Joe Martin, what a play.
What an outstanding play by Joseph Martin there.
Down low, he pump fakes. The guy goes all over him. Joe goes up, draws the N1 and gets the points.
I have no idea how that ball made it into it. He was on 1 foot, leaning over completely away from the basket.
That's right.
Threw it up and getting hit by a player, and it went in.
That's right. Joe Martin here at the free throw line to shoot here. Free throw is good, so the Lions go up now 43-14. Almost a 30-point lead right now over the Titans. Inside, number 21, Ashton Thompson, drives in. I mean, that looks to me like luck. I don't know what else to call it, but Joe Martin gets called for the blocking foul, drives in, and scores.
He was attempting to take the charge. His feet might have not been planted. Feet might have been shuffling. He knocked over. He looked like he was bumping into another Lions player, but 21 will be going to the free throw line for one shot.
So for all the positive things that have happened in this game, the Lions obviously being up here by quite a bit, 43-17. That's a 26-point lead. For all those positive things, the foul count for the Lions right now doesn't look good. They've put the Titans in the bonus here. They have 7 fouls, and now we have 7 fouls, and now the Titans here, they have 5 fouls, and that was just a foul committed there by number 21, Ashton Thompson. Thompson, wow, I can see him. He's not happy. He's getting into it with Derwin Wilson there on the court. And he was shoving him around a little bit.
It looks like he was trash-talking Steven there, and Derwin was getting in the way and trying to prevent that because he did make his free throw, making the score 17-43.
He's gonna get in trouble soon. Whenever I watch players that are aggravated like that, it always ends up, they always do something nasty that either gets them a technical foul. We saw it against Chrisman. Here we go. Steven, there we go. That's it. Just like that, exactly. Number 21, Ashton Thompson gets the ball stolen from him by Steven Deister. Steve goes streaking down the court to score, and number 21, Ashton Thompson, comes over, shoves behind him. Wow.
And he's yelling at the Crazies.
Wow.
He said something to the Crazies before they left, and he is fouled out of the game, and that is what makes Steven Deister just a great player. He's able to keep calm under pressure. Steven Deister was getting hit the entire game by number 21, and I mean, shows 21 that Steven Deister able to keep calm in that situation just benefits the Lions even more in this game.
Great. Wow, that was just awesome. Then with 21, Ashton Thompson on his way out of the game. He committed to Smith Valley. He was heading out. He yelled some choice words to the Lions. Crazies. Not that they could hear him because they were so loud. But he goes and sits down on the bench in very dramatic fashion, certainly not happy. And so, oh, wow. Yeah, always ends badly whenever players are agitated like that. It doesn't seem like there are many other teams other than La Salette that are able to really just keep themselves composed when they're really agitated that way. We saw that against Chrisman, and now we're seeing it here again against Tri-County.
And what a great play there by Steven Deister. Some way able to, number 50, going up for the shot, went in for a layup, and Steven Deister gets his hands on the ball, gets it stolen, and now there's a timeout called by the Lions, but just what a great play by Steven Deister there.
Lions up now by 29 points, 46-17.
And Joe, I said this earlier in the broadcast. I came into the game, there were little butterflies in my stomach. I didn't know how the game was going to turn out. I was confident in the Lions, but in big games, big playoff games like this, you can never tell what is going to happen. And I cannot be more happy on how the Lions have performed throughout this game. 46-17, 5 minutes, 40 left in the fourth quarter. I mean, this does not feel like a playoff game right now. This just feels like La Salette has come into the gym, played in another game, and just played their hardest, and we can see how well that performs. The Lions, the Lions are in a little bit of foul trouble. The Titans are in the bonus, but, I mean, I don't think that has any effect on this game right now.
That's right. It certainly doesn't have an effect on this game right now, but that's something that the Lions are going to have to watch out for. The good news is, so although they're in the bonus, although they've put the Titans in the bonus, it isn't good. I mean, it is very good to see that there's no one player who we can say, oh yeah, he's really in foul trouble. I don't think there's any player on the team right now that has more than three fouls even. I don't think there's anybody that has more than 2 fouls right now. I think Omar might have 2, but other than that, I think we're in very good condition.
And just a quick update, Matthew Romero did come into the game just right after that timeout.
That's right. So we're starting to see that stream of younger players kind of getting into the game, and that's a sign that we're really whooping them right now. Like Father McMahon said, I was talking to him, and I asked him, I said, if we keep some of those players, if we keep all these players in, we can win this game by 30. We're basically winning by 30 right now. 27 right now. 27 is the lead. But we're going to probably start seeing some of these younger guys get put in there. And he said, once it's pretty clear that you're whooping them, then that's the point now where you put in those guys, because these guys need a rest because they're going to be playing against some other teams further on down the week.
And Omar, right after that timeout, just great performance. He was dribbling the ball, lost control of it. Number 50 dove on the ground. Omar was able to get under him, grab the ball, keep the ball. Lions possession, comes down, he's fouled, and the Lions are put in the bonus. And he'll be taking free throws, makes his first one.
So Lions up now 47-19, 28-point lead. We see number 50, Gus Blood. He'll be checking into the game very soon. Carson Logan fires from 3, no good. Rebound Lions. Whoa. We've got number 50 there. He pushes Omar Ortiz. So he'll be going to the free throw line here as they have now they've overtaken the Lions in fouls, and that's, to me, that speaks to just some sloppy play on the part of the Titans. They're getting aggravated. They're getting mad now because obviously they're losing a very big game here by a lot. And so they've just been fouling like crazy.
And just a quick correction there. I think the foul was on Derwin Wilson. He'll be shooting free throws, and he misses it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it was on that they fouled Omar Ortiz. Yeah, right. They fouled Derwin Wilson. So Derwin shoots and misses. And now the Titans here. Armstrong here inside. Derwin taking it down the other end. Pump fake, puts it up, gets it to go.
And you could just tell Derwin Wilson wanted to score that
He wants to score, that's right. And that puts the Lions at 30 now, 49-19 lead. Armstrong inside, powers through.
And this is what I was expecting to see this game. Armstrong, he's been holding the ball this entire time, and he's been putting up a few points. I don't know why the Titans did not use that this game.
Well, that is true, but keep in mind that's not how their offense is supposed to work. And with number 21, Ashton Thompson out of the game, he's usually he's a starter and he's a guard. He's usually their point guard, honestly, because they don't have anybody listed specifically as a point guard. He usually plays point guard from them, and so he's just been able to, he usually takes the ball down the court, but with the Lions being so aggressive on defense, they've stolen it so many times, now he's out of the game, and they're resorting to Armstrong. Armstrong usually shouldn't be playing as a point guard. You know what I'm saying?
And a quick game update. Jordan Wilson stole the ball, gets it down the court, gives it to Matthew Romero. He's able to put up 2 points. That's great to see Matthew Romero be able to put some points up in this very important game.
That's right.
And also Blaze Lironia, a player that I am so excited to see in this game, and Daniel Bergman, who I'm excited to see too. They're both coming into this game as soon as there's a dead ball.
That's right. Lions up here. Enjoy it now because honestly with the subs in, I doubt it probably won't happen. But the Lions are up by 30 points right now in their first regional game. That's awesome.
And also just quickly, when we were talking about Armstrong, I just realized we also don't have our big man. We don't have Charles Prather in there to be able to stop Armstrong.
That's right, yeah, right.
And that just shows how effective Charles Prather is in these games. He's a sophomore. He has a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and when he makes mistakes, you can see them more. It's easier to see them, but he's pulled out of this game, and Armstrong, he's started to score, and that just, as I've just said, it shows how effective Charles Prather is in this game.
That's right. So timeout called here, and so Lions talking some stuff over, Titans talking some stuff over.
And the Lions right now, they're just, I would like to keep the score us winning by 30, but we do have to think of our next game, and we have to give our players, we have to give them a rest. We have to let them prepare for the next game, and it's going to give our younger players experience playing in these games right now for later games. And we do apologize. It does look like the camera might have just gone completely out, so we might just have to go 100% play-by-play for these last 3 minutes.
Not that you have been able to see anything anyway, but I don't know if the camera went out, but Titans here bringing it up. The Lions, you can see them bringing that full court press with the younger guys. If it was the older guys bringing a full court press, that would just be unfair because, But Lions have really been able to do that here. Oh, Eamon Martin comes away with it down the other end. Oh, wow.
What a shot by Eamon Martin.
In traffic.
Rolls off his fingertips right into the basket.
That's beautiful. He was literally, he kind of went around the guy and almost wrapped around him, almost reached around him and was able to put that thing in. Inside, number 14, Jacob Smith. Ball hits the bottom of the backboard, and the Lions are back with it here, bringing the ball down the court. Matthew Romero setting up here. Matthew, next year, he's going to be that point guard. He's got big shoes to fill here. Steven Deister, the current point guard here for the Lions, has got big shoes to fill.
And you can tell he's comfortable right now on the court. He's clapping for the ball, asking for it, giving nice passes right there to Gus Blood, who Gus Blood puts it up for 2. Just great seeing this from Matthew.
Right, when these guys, when the starters here for the Lions play as well as they have been, right, when they play this well, it gives the younger guys and the whole team confidence. You can see, the Crazies are very happy right now, although they're not standing up. So when it gets to a certain point, we just stop. We stop, we're standing up because then it's just,
as we just said, we play the game. We try to play the game as best we can with good sportsmanship, and we don't want to rub it in the other team's faces that we're beating them too much. So out of respect for the other team, because basketball is a game of respect, Crazies do take take their presence a little bit away. They're still extremely loud, but they take their presence a little bit away out of respect of the other team.
That's right. So they're sitting down here, and all these guys look very happy. Everybody, the Crazies, guys on the sidelines. It's just awesome to see.
And Joe, we might have spoken too soon. The Lions, they're keeping this 30-point lead, 35, and so hopefully let's see what these subs can do.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was just thinking that a couple minutes ago. how I said that the younger guys weren't going to be able to keep it at 30, but they've been doing a great job. They've extended it. 35-point lead here for the Lions. They're up 57-23, and now the mercy rule takes effect. The mercy rule is when a team is winning by 20 points or more. In the last 2 minutes, the clock just keeps running, and so that's what we see here in effect. Minute and 33 seconds, and just the clock will just continue to count down, I believe, until it's out of bounds. I don't know exactly how it works, but like at free throws, it continues to run, and so whereas it would usually stop.
And just quickly, sorry, I want to mention what a great rebound there by Blazer Runyon. Able to grab that ball aggressively, bring it down. He's been working on that all season. Also, Daniel Duggan, he just recently came into this game for the Lions, and I'm excited to see how he is. He's a younger player. He doesn't have as much experience on varsity, but he's being able to get some. I don't know how many people can say that they get minutes in a regional game where you're up by 35.
That's right. That's so true. Lions here with 9 fouls in the bonus, and the Titans here with 8. So Lions definitely could stand to lose a couple fouls. They have not been playing great as far as fouls are concerned, but a lot of that is the younger guys in here and just the inexperience of just fouling at certain plays. We just saw Dan Duggan commit that foul there.
And overall, this has been an aggressive game. Both sides have had a lot of tension. We can see a lot of tension coming from the Titans. And right there, Matthew Romero, he's going to reach. I don't know how necessary that foul was, but he'll be going to the free throw line. But it has been an aggressive game.
That's right. At the line here, number 11, Gage Cox, will be shooting.
And the clock has stopped. Maybe, I believe that's because they're in the double bonus. Maybe they stopped the clock for that. But
maybe it's because there's so little time left in the game that the time would just expire. I don't know. I'm still very confused as to the rules of the mercy rule.
The Lions hold this ball. The score right now, 57-25.
And here we see Gage Cox able to sneak that one in. So the score now, 57-26. If I'm the Lions right now, I'm just holding this ball. There's 18 seconds left here. Clock winding down. I'm holding it. Blaze Lerona luckily able to stay with it. And the Lions moving it around here. Clock winding down. Right now, 31-point lead here for the Lions. They have to keep it over 30. And that'll do it. That'll do it. So just like that, the Lions, their first game in a IHSA playoff tournament in the history of the school, they knock off the number 9 ranked Titans 57-26.
And wow. I just want to say what an honor it has been to broadcast besides you, Joe, for this regional game. I mean, this is the first Salette Lions game in this IHSA tournament.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just been a great experience this afternoon.
That's right. These guys came into this game. They knew they were going to play hard, and they knew that they had to play hard because this is a team that earlier in the season defeated them a score of 41-36. That was the score of the previous game. And what a game it's really been so far, and what a turn of events, I have to say. Crazy singing happy birthday here to Hugh O'Neill. Happy 18th birthday to Hugh O'Neill. Happy 18th birthday to him. And what a birthday to have, because this has just been an absolutely phenomenal game. And so just like that, like we said, 31-point win here. The Lions defeat the Tri-County Titans 57-26 in a stunning win here. First IHSA playoff game. What a way to start it off, but this is not the end. It would have been the end because it's single elimination. That's the way this postseason works. But again, not the end here. Far from it. We've got a lot of basketball left to play if we play the way we play tonight. The next team that we play is more than likely going to be, I don't know if they've played yet, the first two teams, but the number 1 ranked team in our regional, and that is Tuscola. So number 1 ranked Tuscola, more than likely the next team that we're going to be playing. Crazies singing happy birthday here to Father McMahon. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Father McMahon as well. Happy birthday to Father McMahon. Everybody here singing happy birthday to him. That's right. Father McMahon telling the Crazies, to be even louder on Wednesday. And Wednesday, I believe, is the next game. I don't know. It actually might be Tuesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday is the next game that the Lions are going to be playing here in the regional. Stick around on the website to stay posted on that. Check that for updates. We'll have those updates on there for you whenever that comes out, because that's still to be announced depending on the winner of the game and how it works out with the brackets and such. So that'll do it for tonight. 57-26 win for the Lions. Huge win in their first post-game game ever. Sorry about that. But like we were saying, next game here on either Tuesday or Wednesday against number 1 ranked Tuscola, more than likely, if they win their game.
I would just like to mention this very quickly. You can correct me, I might get this wrong, but the Crazies, they have an option of winning an award for the game spirit and bringing that energy to the game, and I think that's very possible for the Lions, because everywhere we go, the Lions, the Crazies are complimented on how loud they are, and we were talking yesterday on how big of a presence they have, and it's always exciting to see the whole school just engaged into this game.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for watching the game here tonight, guys. We appreciate it very much. Again, check the website. Stay posted on when the game is. That's still to be announced depending on how the rest of the playoffs sort of work out. So be sure to join us. You can be sure it'll be a tough game, but you can also be sure that these Lions will bring everything they've got to the table next game. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside Michael McCall. Have an excellent night.
Thank you.